Vibe Trio is a great format. It's so wide open and spacious. And regarding the drums roll, I like to really just feed off of the other guys in the group, and the vibe with its nice sustained qualities that plays right into the cymbals. So I think long and hard about when I'm going to hit my cymbals and which cymbal I'm going to hit. I chose brushes for this particular tune. It's in 3, but I didn't want to get real strict about the time. I didn't want to put the hi-hat on 2 and 3 or anything that really restricts the other players. So I tried to make my whole approach very fluid and very liquid. And so I started with brushes with kind of a beat that was flowing. I chose to go to the cymbal at Rusty's solo, which gave that a little bit of clarity. And then again, my choice of what cymbal to hit where had everything to do with the form of the song and where we are in the song. I like to say that 3 seems to be the lost time signature, at least with my students. Nobody plays in 3 anymore. So this is a fun time signature to work with.
Great thing about Vibe Trio is the openness of it, and I think you have to really kind of endorse that as a vibes player. I think there's a tendency to want to fill up all the spaces, but as Steve was talking about the ring, and I think that's one of the things that the vibraphone, it's one of the strengths of the vibraphone is letting chords sit, kind of creating a pad, if you will, of sound, and let everything interact over that. So this tune I wrote for my kids actually when they were young, and the feeling of the whole thing, Waltz for Tomorrow, is about hope. And I think when I'm playing it, my idea is to kind of let things sit, and if something awash decides to come, you kind of go for it. And then other times you just play very simplistically. The chords are not real dense, so it's okay to just have very simplistic chords and let them kind of speak for themselves, and let the flow of the tune kind of go where the bass and the drums take you. So sometimes that stays real soft, and sometimes when they move, you kind of try to move with them, or you can kind of push them a little bit, but it's a joint effort to try to make the tune have a rise and a fall and go different places. And I think that's what I enjoy about it. And like I said, the openness is something that you really have to endorse and not try to fill up all the space, but just let things kind of evolve as they will.
As a bass player, I really enjoy playing in this kind of a trio format with vibes because of the way that the vibraphone plays harmonies with usually at most 4-note chords. It leaves a lot of space for the bass to contribute to the harmony and to have a kind of an interactive role harmonically. On that tune that we just played, Waltz for Tomorrow, it's a beautiful tune with a beautiful melody, and so my goal as a bass player and in tandem with drums is to support that melody and let it move along at its own pace without getting in the way. So you may have noticed that Steve and I didn't try to play quarter notes in every bar. We thought of it as more of being in one. So 1 bar of 3/4 was kind of the measurement. And I try to play in a transparent fashion so that the melody floats on top of what we're doing. And the magic is when the drums do the same kind of thing, and then drums and bass become sort of a team, being supportive but not getting in the way. That also gives you room once the improvising starts to go someplace. So you can add activity or change the texture. and that will help you give shape to the solo as it's going on. So I always try to stay out of the way as much as possible at first, and the combination of the way that Steve was playing and using his cymbals and the way that I was thinking of this tune as being sort of a rolling one feel, just supporting a beautiful melody, is how we accomplished that.